Hello beautiful people, Yasmin here. Welcome to Juliet Kitchen. Today I'm sharing with you my absolutely delicious and wholesome whole wheat pita bread. These pita bread are very simple and easy to pull together. I do hope that you'll stick around long enough to see how I pull together these amazing pita bread. Okay, to get started, I have 1 cup of milk, lukewarm. It's about 100 degrees, and I'm adding 2 teaspoons of honey. This is raw honey. And I'm adding 2 tablespoons of water. I'm going to give it a little stir to dilute the honey. Okay, I have 1.5 cups of white whole wheat flour. 1.25 cup of white all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon sea salt or kosher is fine, 1 package instant yeast, rapid rise, or 2 teaspoons. I'm just going to give it a little mix to combine. Okay, I'm making a well. Pour in the milk, water, honey mixture. I'm using a bed scraper to combine. Rotating the bowl as you mix makes it easier to combine the ingredients. Keep mixing for a couple of minutes until a slightly firm dough comes together. Now I'm going to add butter. This is room temperature butter, 2 tablespoons. I'm using my fingers to mix the butter into the dough. Knead until the butter is fully absorbed into the dough. Transfer the dough onto a lightly floured work surface. Knead for about 4 to 5 minutes until a nice smooth dough comes together. The dough will be soft but smooth. Form a round. Transfer the dough to a lightly greased bowl. Cover with plastic wrap. Cover with a kitchen towel and allow to rise for at least an hour. Okay, so our pita bread dough has been fermenting or rising, if you will, for just about an hour, so it should be doubled in size. So let's take a look. Wow, how amazing is that? Transfer the dough onto a lightly floured surface. Form a log about 12 inches long. Divide the log into 2. Then divide each half of the log into 4. You should have about 8 equal portions. Shape each portion into rounds. There are several different ways that you can shape the portions into rounds. I shape the dough into round by pulling each of the corners into the center, and then seam side down, I tuck it underneath like this. Use a little bit of flour if you need to. With the seam side down, I cuff my hand over the dough and I form a round by rotating it like this. It's nice and smooth. Cover with a kitchen towel loosely and allow to rest 15 minutes. Okay, so our pita bread has been resting for about 15 minutes or so. So they're just about ready to be rolled out. You want to keep them covered as you're rolling, and you really don't need a lot of flour to get these rolled out. Roll the dough about 5 to 6 inches in diameter. I actually have the oven being preheated at 450 degrees. Look at this. How beautiful does it look? Continue rolling the pita breads. You do not want them too thick, probably about 1/8 of an inch thick. Continue rolling until all the pitas are formed. Okay, so all of the pita bread are rolled out. So this is going into the preheated oven. I have it at 450 degrees, and I'm actually baking these on a stone. If you don't have a stone, that's perfectly fine. You could always put it in a sheet pan, and you may need to bake these in 2 different batches. So let me go ahead and get this on the pizza stove. I preheat the stone and I remove it carefully, placing the rounds on top of the stone directly. Return the stone into the oven and bake the breads for about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, so these pita bread, as you could see, this one is beautifully, puffed up, which is okay. And then some of them are puffed up. That's okay as well. The reason for that is because of how the dough was rolled out. So you don't want it too thick or you don't want it too thin if you want them all to puff up. But they're perfectly fine the way they are. I like to serve this with my chicken meatballs. The link is in the description box. Guys, it's the moment of truth. I have to taste this pita bread. Wow. It's so wholesome, has a good amount of flavor. It's soft with a little bit of chewy texture. I do hope that you'll take the time to make these amazing pita bread that's soft and chewy at the same time. Absolutely delicious. Until next time, happy cooking!